bending the elbows comfortably. Place the back of your hands on your thighs, palms facing up. Softly closing your eyes. 3 deep breaths. After taking 3 deep breaths, simply allow normal breaths to come and go. Being open for each breath to come and go. Physically, to be open for the breaths is to keep the spine comfortably straight and relax the body. Arms being open. To receive each breath with gratitude. And an open mental attitude. Which is lovingly paying attention to each breath. Nothing to solve. Nothing to compute. Simply watching each breath. Palms to the heart center. Namaskara Mudra. May this practice be for the benefit of all. Chin to the chest. Gently opening your eyes. Inhaling, take the arms by the side, palms going up, looking up. Exhaling, palms coming down to the chest, looking down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, stretching your throat just a bit more. Exhaling down, chin to the chest. One last round. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Release. Come up to standing. Broad stance, feet 3 feet wide stance. Hands on the waist. Take a deep breath. Feet, look down to your feet. Your toes are pointing directly forward. They tend to be pointing outward. Arms up to a V shape. Palms facing front. Inhaling, hips forward. Arms, take your arms back, look up, inhale. Exhaling, bend from the hips forward, hug yourself tightly, chin to the chest. You can bend your knees, relax your head down. 4 more rounds. Always move your hips forward as you go for a back bend with your arms up and out. And then on exhalation, hugging yourself tightly, your shoulder blades going away from each other as much as you can. After completing 5 rounds, hands on the waist. Take a deep breath, exhale. Place your palms on the sides of your legs. Inhaling, right arm up toward the ceiling, and then slide your left palm down the left leg. And right arm up and over, pointing toward the left wall. Inhaling, come back to the same starting position. Next, exhalation, bending the other way, sliding your right palm down, left arm up and over. Inhaling center. 4 more rounds. The palm that is sliding down, you're not putting too much weight on that hand. Just gently guiding the bending. You're not resting your weight on the palm that is sliding down. 5 rounds. Right and left is 1 round. Total of 5 rounds. After completing 5 rounds, hands on the waist, take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up to the sides, parallel to the ground, palms facing the front. Inhaling center, exhaling, twisting your body toward the right. Turn your head and look past the right shoulder. through the corner of your eyes, inhaling center. Exhaling, twisting to the left. Turn your head, look past the left shoulder, through the corner of your eyes, inhaling center. 4 more rounds. Without any forcing, you might be able to do a bit more as go deeper as you twist. Without any aggression. You're not trying to force anything. You're consciously trying to test where the edge is. That's all. After completing 5 rounds, hands on the waist, take a deep breath, exhale. Slightly turn your toes outward. Arms up, interlacing fingers, palms facing up. Bend your knees and send the knees toward where the toes are pointing. And sitting down in a Utkatasana variation. Bend your knees as much as you can. Weight on your feet even. You're neither on the toes nor on your heels. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, hands on your waist. Take a deep breath. Bring your feet hip width apart. Toes pointing directly forward. Arms up, interlacing fingers, palms facing up. Inhaling, come up onto the toes and reach for the ceiling. Exhaling, heels down. 4 more rounds. After completing total 5 rounds, release your arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Today, we will approach 3 different types of Surya Namaskara practice. We practice one type of Surya Namaskara usually. Even in our Surya Namaskara challenge, we practiced what we would call a classic Surya Namaskara practice. We'll introduce 2 other types of Surya Namaskara practice. There are different variations, but we'll approach 2 other variations. But first, front of the mat, Tadasana. Namaskara Mudra. The classic Surya Namaskara practice with loving attention and diligence. 3 rounds begin. Keeping your attention to this breath, this experience. Consciously moving your body into posture, coordinating with your breath. Classic Surya Namaskara practice. If the mind wanders away from the practice, begin again to pay loving attention to this breath and consciously practicing, not on autopilot. Avoiding aggression, but being diligent as best as you can do. Not more, not less. Only as best as you can with every posture. After completing 3 rounds of classic Surya Namaskara practice, separate your feet comfortably, stand relaxed. And even as you stand relaxed, paying attention to each breath. Allow the breath to normalize on its own and observe the process of normalizing without interfering. Three deep breaths. In Surya Namaskara A and Surya Namaskara B, These are usually taught as part of Ashtanga Vinyasa practice. Let us practice a subsequence, which is common between the Surya Namaskara A and B. Come to Tadasana, feet close together. Namaskara Mudra. Inhaling back bend. Exhaling forward bend. Now bend your knees enough to place the fingertips by the sides of your feet. Bend further, see if you can place the palms on the mat, wherever you can. Now, those who can, jump back to plank posture. Jump back, or if you're not able to jump back at all, walk your right foot back and then left foot back, come to plank. Adho Mukha. Now look at your palms. Next inhalation, jump forward your feet as much as you can. If you can come back all the way, that's great. Hands on the waist, inhaling, come up. When you're jumping forward, if you're not able to jump all the way back to where you started, it is okay. Jump forward as much as you can and then walk your feet forward to go back to where you jumped back from. Take a deep breath. Let's practice this 2 more times. Namaskara Mudra, Tadasana, Namaskara Mudra. Inhaling back bend. Exhaling forward bend, Uttanasana. Bend your knees enough to place the palms by the sides of your feet. And then jump back, both the feet, going back to Palakasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look at your palms and then jump forward as best as you can. Head down, hands on the waist, inhaling, come on. Release your arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. If you find it at all very difficult, then you simply walk back like we do in Surya Namaskara. Take your right foot all the way back and take the left foot all the way back. And similarly, bring your feet forward, one at a time. But those who can, even if you are jumping just a bit back, just a bit forward, that is okay. But see if you can try at least that. Tadasana, Namaskara Mudra. Take a deep breath. Inhaling back bend. Exhaling forward bend. Bend your knees enough to place your palms by the sides of your feet. And then jump back, exhaling. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look at the palms. Inhaling, jump forward. Head down, hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up. Now, jumping back and forward is part of both Surya Namaskara A and B. Now, there is one more aspect, and that is After you jump back, before you go to Adho Mukha, you do Chaturanga and Urdhva Mukha. So let's practice that. You can do Chaturanga, Dandasana, with the knees down. If you are not feeling like you're ready to do Chaturanga without the knees down. Feet close together, Namaskara Mudra. Inhaling back bend. Exhaling forward bend. Now jump back to Falakasana. Make the adjustments. And then with the knees down or without the knees down, bend your elbows and bring your entire body parallel to the ground. And then knees down, toes back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, straighten the elbows, look forward. Straighten the elbows, yes. Santo, press the, yes, exactly. And now taking the knees also off the mat. Pressing down at the top of your toes or top of your foot, yes, that is Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then knees down, tuck your toes in, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look at your palms. Inhaling, jump forward. Head down. Hands on the waist. Inhaling, come on. Release your arms. We will practice this 2 more times. Jumping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. If you are not able to, you can drop your knees down and then bend your elbows to bring the upper body parallel to the ground. From Chaturanga, you go to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And from Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, you go to Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from Adho Mukha, you go back to Ardha Uttana, just to jump forward. Take a deep breath. Feet close together. Namaskara Mudra. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Bend your knees. Now, lift your head up and flatten your back. Ardha Uttana. Yes. And that's a good starting point to jump back to Palakasana. Jump back to Palakasana. Yes. And from there, those who need, drop your knees down and bend your elbows and bring the body down parallel to the ground. And then from there, knees down, toes back, press the palms, chin up, head up, chest up, look to the front, Urdhva Mukha, and see if you can lift the knees also off the mat. And then from there, knees down, toes back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then from there, look at your palms, inhaling, jump forward. Ardha Uttana, look to the front, looking to the front, Ardha Uttana, and then head down, Uttana. Hands on the waist, inhaling, come on. Release the arms, stand relaxed. We'll practice this one sequence one more time. Srini, when you jump back, if you're jumping back too far, then your arm position is difficult for you to do. Urdhva Mukha, yeah, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And it is also difficult to do Chaturanga Dandasana. So from a plank posture, when you bend your elbows, you are pushing your head and shoulders toward the front, not back. I will make you the correction one more time when we do that. Feet close together, Namaskara Mudra. By the way, in Surya Namaskara A and B, there is no back bend, but we are doing it so to get to practice the subsequence. We are doing this, inhaling back bend, exhaling forward bend. Bend your knees, look up, Ardha Uttana, flattening your back. And then jump back to plank posture. Yes. Now, bend your elbows and keep your elbows close to the body. Yeah. Srini, your hips are up. Your hips also. Yes. Good. And then knees down, toes back, and then Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Yes, very good. Knees, now you're also able to lift the knees up. And then knees down, toes down, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yes, downward facing dog. Look at your palms. Inhaling, jump forward, Ardha Uttana. Exhaling, head down, Uttana. Hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up. Release the arms. I think now we have the core sequence that is common for Surya Namaskara A and B covered. Few more other postures as practice. These are more usual for you. Take 3 deep breaths. Now, Surya Namaskara A practice. Feet close together. Namaskara Mudra. Take your arms to the sides and then take the arms all the way up and press the palms. Urdhva Hasta. Not really a back bend. Palms pressing up. Next exhalation, bending forward. Take your fingertips by the sides of your feet and look to the front and flatten your back, Ardha Uttana. Your feet all the way to the mat, Santo. Bend your knees. Yes, bend your knees and go all the way to the front. Yes, Ardha Uttana. Now jump back to Falakasana. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. If you really need, drop your knees down and go down. And then drop your knees down, toes back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then knees off the mat. Then knees down, tuck your toes in. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths. 2, 1. Now look at your palms. Jump forward or walk forward. Ardha Uttana. And then Uttana, head down. And then sweep your arms to the sides and get up all the way up. Urdhva Hasta to the sides. Take your arms to the sides and come up. Yes. And all the way up, Urdhva Hasta. Srini, take Urdhva Hasta. And then exhaling, Namaskara Mantra. Starting point. Release your arms. This is Sun Salutation, Variation A. Let's practice this 2 more times. These are more dynamic variations of Surya Namaskara practice, more vigorous practice. Take another deep breath. Tadasana, Namaskara Mantra. Inhaling, Urdhva Hasta. Take your arms, sweep your arms from the sides all the way up. Press the palms. Next exhalation, take your arms to the sides and then go down, Uttana. Yeah, it's called swan diving down to Uttana, head down, Uttana. And then inhaling, look up, press the palms and jump back to Falakasana. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Next exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Next inhalation, Ardha Uttana. Jump forward, Ardha Uttana. Exhaling, Uttana. Pull forward, bend. And then sweep your arms to the sides all the way up, Urdhva Hasta. All the way up, Urdhva Hasta. And then exhaling, Namaskara. Release arms. And relax. Take a deep breath, exhale. Let's practice sun salutation A 1 more time. Take another deep breath. Feet close together. Samasthiti, Namaskara Mantra. Sweep your arms to the sides, inhaling, Urdhva Hasta. Exhaling, sweep your arms to the sides and go down, Uttana. Head down. Head down. Inhaling, Ardha Uttana. Look to the front, flatten your back. Jump back, Palakasana. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Then knees down, toes back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Very good. Now, next exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Once you reach Adho Mukha Svanasana, it's an intermediate resting point. 3 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths. 2, 1. Looking to the front, inhaling, Ardha Uttana, jumping forward. Exhaling, head down, surrender in Uttana. And then inhaling, sweeping your arms up, all the way up, pressing the palms up, Urdhva Hasta. Exhaling, Namaskara Mudra, Samasthiti. Release your arms, stand relaxed. There are some variations between sun salutation A and B. Instead of Urdhva Hasta, we begin with Utkatasana. Inhaling, we go to Utkatasana. Then exhaling Uttana. Inhaling Ardha Uttana. Then jumping back, exactly as the same as A. Chaturanga, the same. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana is also the same. Adho Mukha, same. But from Adho Mukha, instead of jumping forward, we do Virabhadrasana, first variation on both sides. And I will walk you through 3 deep breaths. Feet close together. Tadasana. Namaskara Mudra, Samastiti. Inhaling, sweep your arms to the sides and press the palms up, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, sitting in an imaginary chair behind you. Yes. Next exhalation, sweep your arms to the sides and take your fingertips to the sides of your feet, Uttana. Full forward bend. Full forward bend. Go down, yes. Full forward bend. Now look up, inhale, Ardha Uttana. Jump back, Palakasana. Now next exhalation, Chaturanga Dandasana. Next inhalation, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Next exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Next inhalation, right foot forward, Ashva. Place the back foot flat on the mat. Sweep your arms up, Virabhadrasana, first variation. Bring your spine straight, all the way up, yes. Back foot flat on the mat, Shin. Yes. Next exhalation, Ashva. And then go back to Palakasana, plank posture. Exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Next exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Next inhalation, left foot forward, Ashva, and then place the back foot flat on the mat. And then Virabhadrasana, first variation, inhaling up, back foot flat. Next exhalation, Ashva, exhaling, and then take your left foot back, plank, exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana, bending your elbows close to the body. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Next exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This is a resting space. 5 deep breaths. 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Look to the front. Inhaling, jumping forward, Ardha Uttana. Exhaling, Uttanasana, head down, surrender. Inhaling, Utkatasana. Come to Utkatasana. And then exhaling, coming up straight. Urdhva Hasta, Namaskara Mudra. Release the arms. Stand relaxed. Even 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara practice, either classic or A or B, whichever level of fitness that you have will be a good start for any day. Lying down on your back. Hugging your knees, rock back and forth. Side to side. Settle back down. Release the legs. Just practice. Sedu Bandha Sarvangasana. Take a deep breath. Arms close to the body, palms facing down. Bend your knees. Feet flat on the mat. Sedu Bandha Sarvangasana practice. Inhaling, hips up. Next inhalation, hips further up and chest up. Your chest bone is coming to meet your chin. Those who are comfortable, interlace the fingers, press the palms, and straighten the elbow on the mat. Deep breaths. 5, 4. Keep the knees hip width apart. If the knees are going wider than hips, consciously keep the knees hip width apart. 2, 1. Slowly release the hips down. Release the legs. Take a deep breath. Bend your knees and bring the knees, or keep the feet flat. Bend the knees, feet flat on the mat. Spread your arms to the sides, shoulder height. Now keep the right shoulder down as you take your knees toward the left side. Keep the right shoulder down as you take the knees to the left side. And then look over your right shoulder. Jatara Parivartana variation. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees back to the center. Feet flat on the mat. You're going to simply drop the knees to the other side. Now keep the left shoulder blade on the mat and gently drop your knees toward the right side. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center and release the legs and surrender in Shavasana. Eyes softly closed. completely letting go of your body. Loving attention to each breath. Relax. If the mind wanders away from the breath, begin again with this breath. Relax. Relax. Please, please, please. Gently come over, Shanasi, and come to any meditative posture. Take your hands back, inhaling, growing taller, exhaling, bending forward, thanking Mother Earth. Inhaling, come up, rubbing your palms vigorously, generating heat, massaging your closed eyes and gently blinking your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Have a good evening and a good day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you, sir.
evening.
Good
Thank you.
evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you